Turning Point USA, potentially the most fitting name of any branding that's ever been made in the history of time. This just happened right now, literally live. We're going to be looking at all of the highlights, as well as I'm going to be watching the Erica Kirk speech and the Trump speech, because I heard they were amazing and I didn't get to catch them live. This literally just ended right now. A lot of people don't understand the gravity of what this situation was. Elon Musk says every seat in the giant arena that isn't roped off for security is packed to the ceiling. Honored to be here. Personally, thank God no tragedy happened. People tried, but they were thwarted. There was someone arrested that was, dressed as law enforcement with a weapon. They actually did stop a potential situation. Thank God. He had no idea how prophetic the branding would end up being for Turning Point USA. So, for those of you that are unaware, tens of thousands of people attended in person. It was 2 full stadiums. 2 full stadiums. Separate stadiums. 2 of them. Full to the brim. Thousands waiting outside because the stadiums were full. And a dozen protesters. So you know shit was real. And a dozen people with gay signs saying fascist or some shit. And tens of thousands of people there. MLK level turnout. Absolutely insane. 3 times the people went to Charlie's funeral over the Super Bowl. All right? People don't understand what this was. Now, to break down the numbers, the Charlie Kirk Memorial had 3 million live viewers. Live viewers! All right? This isn't total views. Live viewers. All right? There was 500,000 on Charlie Kirk's YouTube channel, 350,000 on Turning Point's YouTube channel, 150,000 on Fox News, 1.2 million on Twitter/X. Rumble had 300,000. People don't understand the massive shit that this took all over everyone's favorite retards in the country. It was, according to Grok, the 6th biggest live stream in history based on aggregate viewers. The 6th biggest live stream of all time, up there with like esports events and the Super Bowl and soccer or the World Cup. Like, this is insanity. This was a movement, the likes of which, honestly, I never thought I would see. And it's heartbreaking that it took such an unbelievable tragedy to bring people together like this. But it brought people together. It really did. This was an unbelievable unifying moment. Everyone's crying for unity. There is unity. There's just unity with all the people that aren't demonic. In my opinion, that absolutely constitutes as levels of unity. Now, I'm going to show you a bit of a deep dive here onto what actually went down, because this was truly an incredible moment. It really was. So, the evil that assassinated Charlie Kirk thought they'd tear apart patriots. Little did they know patriots are uniting like never before. And here you have Donald Trump, President of the United States, with Elon Musk. Ain't no way, bro. No way, bro. The alliance of a lifetime. These guys, they were arch nemesis a month ago. Holy. So they get together. Elon tweets. So first, Charlie Kirk had a tweet. This was basically one of his last times he was on Fox News, where he said, President Trump built this movement over 10 years. His supporters are not going anywhere. I hope Elon and Trump reconcile and do so privately. It would be good for the country and the world. So Elon makes this tweet, and he says, for Charlie, he has befriended and buried the hatchet. And honestly, this is kind of exactly what Charlie fought for. I'm not going to lie. This is unironically what Charlie fought for his entire life, right? The idea of the biblical makeup, bro. You know, and we're there. We're there. It's crazy. It's insane how unifying this was. So I'm gonna show you a few clips from Vance's speech, and then I'm gonna go to Erica's speech, which I heard was incredible. But dude, this was an unbelievable unifying moment. They thought they would kill us. They thought they would kill a movement. They thought they would destroy everything, and it only made everything stronger, man. Someone made this reference to me, and I thought it was a crazy reference. That, Moses wasn't able to enter the promised land. He stood on the mountain and God showed him the promised land and he wasn't able to enter, but he definitely paved the way to get there. It's a crazy, crazy moment we're living in, man. An absolutely crazy moment. They will try, they'll keep trying, but this is the death throes. This is unironically the death throes, baby. We are so here. Thank God.
I always felt a little uncomfortable talking about my faith in public as much as I loved the Lord and as much as it was an important part of my life. I have talked more about Jesus Christ in the past 2 weeks than I have my entire time in public life.
Holy shit. Dude, if that's not what Charlie Kirk wanted, like, dude, if that's not what Charlie Kirk wanted, man, like, what are we talking about? Like, literally, he wanted to be remembered as a man of faith, and here everyone is talking about God. Like, bro, that's crazy. That's insane. But no, he was cooking. He was cooking a lot.
Charlie suffered a terrible fate, my friends. We all know it. We all saw it. But think, it is not the worst fate. It is better to face a gunman than to live your life afraid to speak the truth. It is better to be persecuted for your faith than to deny the kingship of Christ.
Holy.
It is better to die a young man in this world than to sell your soul for an easy life with no purpose, no risk, no love, and no truth.
This is an unironic, unbelievable amount of religious revival in the country. Like, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy to see how insane this is. It really is. And again, as someone that's always been, you know, proud to, purport biblical values and try my best to, operate in a way that I hope makes God proud, I feel more comfortable talking about it publicly as well. This is an unbelievable moment in history. Now, it keeps getting, it's even more insane. Every single clip is more unbelievable than the last.
We were talking about the risks that all of us take when we challenge entrenched interests, the physical risk. And he asked me if I was scared of dying. And I said to him, there's a lot worse things than death. And one of those things is if we lost our constitutional rights in this country and that our children were raised as slaves. And I said to Charlie, sometimes the best consolation we can hope for is that we get to die with our boots on. Well, Charlie died with his boots on. And he died to make sure that we didn't have to undergo those fates that are worse than death. Oh, let's remember Charlie. He was, for those of us who were friends with Charlie, we don't need any more evidence of the love of God, because the evidence, the friendship, is the best evidence that God loves us all.
So every single speech, every single one, literally came with so much heart and so much soul, so much unity, fighting for God, not just fighting for yourself. And honestly, I said this in a previous video just less than a week ago, but that's what being a man is, right? That is masculinity. Masculinity, in my opinion, is when you are fighting for something greater than yourself, for your God, for your children, for your wife, for your people, for your country. That is being a man. And that's why the Republican vote is the man vote, because realistically, what you only hear selfishness and platitudes from the other side, right? Destiny's response to this entire rally was this Charlie Kirk memorial is indistinguishable from a Nazi rally. Fuck anyone who wants to pretend it's not. Like, it's such an, like, it's hilarious. It's unbelievable. Like, dude, you see goodness and justice, and evil will just see evil. It's crazy. It's crazy to look at this. Like, I have never lived in a time where it's so unbelievably obvious. So, people in my chat told me I needed to see this speech, the Stephen Miller speech. Stephen Miller's our resident White House Jew. All right, so let's see what he had to say.
Hello, Turning Point. Hello, Patriots. Hello to our fearless president, Donald J. Trump. And hello to millions of Americans all across this land.
Hello, bald man. Hello, bald Jew.
In sadness and sorrow to mourn Charlie Kirk, but also to dedicate ourselves.
Destiny says it's a Hitler rally. I pull up the Jew. Okay, anyway.
To finishing his mission and achieving victory in his name. The day that Charlie died, the angels wept, but those tears have been turned into fire in our hearts. And that fire burns with a righteous fury that our enemies cannot comprehend or understand. When I see Erica and her strength and her courage, I am reminded of a famous expression. The storm whispers to the warrior that you cannot withstand my strength, and the warrior whispers back, I am the storm.
God damn.
Erica is the storm. We are the storm. And our enemies cannot comprehend our strength, our determination, our resolve, our passion. Our lineage and our legacy hails back to Athens, to Rome, to Philadelphia, to Monticello. Our ancestors built the cities. They produced the art and architecture. They built the industry. Erica stands on the shoulders of thousands of years of warriors, of women who raised up families, raised up city, raised up industry, raised up civilization, who pulled us out of the caves and the darkness into the light. The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail.
Bro, people think this is Nazism, man. People think Nazis are like, destroy evil. No, 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 no. You don't know how fucked you are, evil. Holy fuck. Huge generational Satan misplay when he killed Charlie Kirk.
Over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened. They cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us. Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to...
Bro, it's not about politics anymore. You don't understand, bro. We have surpassed politics. We have surpassed legislative debates. It's good versus evil. It's literally so easy.
Incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have?
Holy shit. I was memeing. Someone in my chat just sent me this. The fucking retard numero uno calls it a Nazi rally for this speech. All right, based.
You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred, you are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk.
Bro.
And now millions will carry on his legacy. And we will devote the rest of our lives to finishing the causes for which Charlie gave his last measure of devotion. You cannot defeat us. You cannot slow us. You cannot stop us. You cannot deter us. We will carry Charlie and Erica in our heart every single day and fight that much harder because of what you did to us. You have no idea the dragon you have awakened. You have no idea how determined we will be to save this civilization, to save the West, to save this republic. Because our children are strong, and our grandchildren will be strong, and our children's children's children will be strong. And what will you leave behind? Nothing. Nothing.
I mean, this is literally a generation of women that are told not to have children and men told to castrate themselves. So I'll be real, he's kind of spitting here.
To our enemies, you have nothing to give, you have nothing to offer, you have nothing to share, but bitterness. We have beauty, we have light, we have goodness, we have determination, we have vision, we have strength.
The truth.
We built the world that we inhabit now, generation by generation. And we will defend this world. We will defend goodness. We will defend light. We will defend virtue. You cannot terrify us. You cannot frighten us. You cannot threaten us. Because we are on the side of goodness. We are on the side of God. And to my friend Charlie.
Man. Bro's been cooking. Holy, look at this guy.
I know you are looking at us right now. I know you're watching Erica right now. I know you're watching your children right now. And I promise you, my friend, I promise you, my brother, we will prove worthy of your sacrifice. We will prove worthy of your time on earth. We will make you proud. We will finish the job. We will defeat the forces of darkness and evil, and we will stand every day for what is true, what is beautiful, what is good. And we will achieve victory for our children, for our families, for our civilization, and for every patriot who stands with us. God bless you. God bless Turning Point. God bless Erica. God bless the Kirk family. God bless our heroes. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Bro cooked. Bro cooked. Bro absolutely cooked. Holy. No, this is insane. This is such an incredible moment, man. It really is. Everyone's crashing the fuck out. Dude, if you think that this is being a Nazi, you're fucking insane. We will destroy evil. The left. Wow. What a Nazi. Well, yeah, thank you. We know where you stand. Appreciate it. Apparently someone talked to Elon by this memorial.
Well, Charlie was someone who believed in
Dude's literally on the verge of tears. You could see it.
dialogue, in open debate. He was a man of ideas. He spoke eloquently. He basically never even raised his voice. He was a man of peace. And now he's been murdered in cold blood.
Did you know him personally?
Yes, of course. We met many times.
How was he like?
I supported his organization. I supported Turning Point from quite early.
Why was he killed?
He was killed because his words made a difference.
Damn.
Because he was showing people the light, and he was killed by the dark.
Thank you, sir.
Holy shit. Chills. Literally. It's become like the mask slipped. Like, I've never lived in a generation. Well, obviously, I only lived in, a generation. But I've never seen a time where, like, good and evil was so obviously defined. Dude, Elon Musk is an atheist, right? He's an atheist. Good and evil? These are not terms that exist according to atheism, okay? Evil only exists if there is a divine good. But he sees evil. Do you understand how insane this is? Do you understand the insanity? Nux just slipped that he's immortal. Fuck it, I'm sorry, okay? Listen. It's kind of crazy that he says that he made people see the light. I didn't even realize that he said that. But look at this clip again and tell me this isn't absolutely insane. This is the last clip that I found. I'm sure maybe there was another one. One of the last clips of Charlie Kirk on Fox News. And this is what they said about Elon Musk at the very end.
Well, Charlie, it'll be interesting to see what plays out. If I'm Donald Trump, I'm just disengaging. He has big challenges ahead for his administration, and we can just hope that Elon kind of comes around and sees the light and puts.
The last time Charlie Kirk was on Fox News talking about Elon, they were like, "I hope he sees the light." And here Elon shows up, and he's like,
Because his words made a difference. Because he was showing people the light.
Bro. Chills. Holy shit. Like, dude, this is unbelievable. Like, we lived in such an unbelievable, unfathomably secularized, pasteurized society. Like, we never thought that we were going to see people talking like this. Bro, message received. Holy shit. So Hassan Piker obviously was freaking the fuck out. He was losing his mind. I think this is hilarious. I saw this clip. I didn't see the whole Trump speech, but I did see this clip. This is easily one of the greatest clips I've ever seen in my entire life. Yeah, evil be warned. For real. Look at this.
And then he just will add on, Charlie loved it when I did this stuff over and over again.
Influencers and others in our society who greeted his
influencers
assassination, sick approval,
what?
Excuses, or
like
even
Hassan.
Jubilation. You've heard that. So have I. Couldn't believe it.
Like Hassan.
Some of the very same people who spent the last 8 years trying to sit in moral judgment of anyone who disagreed with them about politics suddenly started cheering for murder.
His face!
For the names. They're major losers, by the way.
True!
In a short period of time.
Bro is
some of the very
green.
people who call you a hater for using the wrong pronoun were filled with glee at the killing of a father.
Yep.
With 2 beautiful young children. And the same commentators who this week are screaming fascism.
Dude, he made like 5 videos saying it's fascism that Jimmy Kimmel got fired. Look at his face. Oh my, you are so fucked, bro. You are so fucked. 1,000% coming soon.
Canceled late night TV.
Just shit a brick. Look at this guy.
TV show where the anchor had no talent and no rating. Last week we're implying that Charlie Kirk deserved what happened to him.
What an evil bitch.
No side in American politics has a monopoly of misguided people.
God.
But there's one part of our political community which believes they have a monopoly on truth, goodness, and virtue, and concludes they have also a monopoly on power, thought, and speech.
I love Donald Trump, Mr. President. I love you so much.
I thought you'd say that.
Tragically,
I thought you'd say that.
Kind that we saw in Utah, of all places, are the eventual consequence of that kind of thinking.
Got the MAGA hat.
If speech is violence, then some are.
I think we're good.
Yeah, you're fucked, my guy. You're cooked, my brother. You are so cooked, dude. Holy shit. Unfathomable levels of cooked going on. People are unaware of the level of cooked that we are seeing. No, we're actually in a new era. All right, let's see the Erica Kirk speech. A lot of people told me to look at that. Oh shit, I had it pulled up, but looks like the stream shut down. Wow, 4 million views on this stream, man. 4 million views on this stream. And this is just one of many. Let's Yeah, here's the Erica speech. Everyone told me this was a really good speech. Not a dry eye in this entire crowd. Bro, she has conviction in her eyes. Oh my God.
Hello. God bless all of you for coming here from all over the world to honor and celebrate my Charlie.
Oh, dude. It's so sad.
Just a few miles from here, 2 years ago at America Fest 2023, Charlie delivered a speech on stage for our TPUSA Faith event. Charlie loves speaking off the cuff. He was very good at that, without a script.
Yeah.
So I personally didn't know what he was going to say. And what he chose to speak about that day was his submission to the will of God. He quoted one of his favorite Bible verses, Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8. Here I am, Lord, send me.
Great verse, honestly.
After Charlie finished, I met him backstage, and I spoke to him, and I'll never forget this.
Yeah,
I said,
Isaiah's
Charlie,
straight
baby,
fire.
please talk to me next time before you say that statement. Because when you say something like that, there is so much power in that verse.
True.
When you say, here I am, Lord, use me,
And if you believe it,
God will take you up on that.
facts.
And he did with Charlie.
Dude, that's so powerful. You know, she's not saying like, oh, I regret that he did this and he took him from me too early.
11
You know,
days ago,
this is power, man.
God accepted that total surrender.
Every feminist on the planet that's out there, you know, fighting to girl boss their way to a career instead of, you know, getting married, they are all such weak people. Weak, sad people. This is power.
Surrender from my husband, and then called him to his side. More than anything, Charlie wanted to do not his will, but God's will. And over these past 11 days, through all the pain, never before have I found as much comfort as I now do in the words of our Lord's Prayer, Thy will be done. God's love was revealed to me on the very day my husband was murdered. On the afternoon of September 10th, I arrived at a Utah hospital to do the unthinkable, to look directly at my husband's murdered body. I saw the wound that ended his life. I felt everything you would expect to feel. I felt shock. I felt horror.
Of course.
And a level of heartache that I didn't even know existed.
Came out
but
of
there
nowhere.
was something else too. Even in death, I could see the man that I love. I saw the one single gray hair on the side of his head, which I never told him about. Now he knows. Sorry, baby, telling you now, but never told him. Didn't want to.
Dude.
I also
This
saw
is heartbreaking.
I also saw on his lips the faintest smile, and that told me something important. It revealed to me a great mercy from God in this tragedy. When I saw that, it told me Charlie didn't suffer. Even the doctor told me. It was something so instant that even if Charlie had been shot in the operating room itself, nothing could have been done. There was no pain, there was no fear, no agony. One moment, Charlie was doing what he loved, arguing and debating on campus, fighting for the gospel and truth in front of a big crowd. And then he blinked, and saw his savior in paradise.
Oh, dude, and there are ghouls on the internet that are harassing her and stuff.
And all the heavenly
crazy.
mysteries were revealed to him. God's love
This is someone with faith.
continued to be revealed to me in the days that followed. The next day,
It's really weird. A really weird thing is you'd think that in tragedy, it drives you further from God because it makes you question and wonder, why would God do such a thing to you? But God doesn't give people challenges that they can't overcome. I mean, from personal experience, when I would go through something difficult, it's when I would see God the clearest. When my mom was diagnosed with cancer, that's when I was like, wow, God is right here. He's with me. We're doing our best here. I don't know. Like my grandmother was a Holocaust survivor, and she told me that she was working on a train for the Nazis, and she was in a work camp, and she was working for the Nazis to build a railroad. And one day working, she broke her arm, and she knew that, well, she wouldn't be able to work anymore, and the Nazis would execute her because she can't work. So obviously, what are you gonna do? So she decided not to go to work that day because she would show up and they were just gonna kill her anyway. And she said that she felt like God was there in the room with her. And that day, the people in the town finished that railroad. and the Nazis murdered every single person that worked on that railroad, except for my grandmother, because she didn't show up because her arm was broken. She said her broken arm saved her life. And like she said she felt God there at that moment. Like when I hear stories like this, it's just shivers, you know? Like unbelievable. So like, I don't know. She's going through something unbelievable and she's handling it with such phenomenal grace. It's crazy.
On the tarmac in Air Force.
And by the way, that's why it's hilarious when people like Destiny will go on Twitter and say that Erica Kirk is a Nazi.
I confronted Usha Vance, precious. I held her hand and I told her, honestly, I do not know how I am going to get through this. She told me something. She said, you know when you're on an airplane with your kids and it's the last 15 minutes of the flight and things are crazy, kids are not cooperating, toys are flying everywhere and everyone's screaming, and you think to yourself, I cannot wait for this flight to land. And it's 15 minutes before you land. And she told me, you will get through these 15 minutes and the next 15 minutes after that. Usha, I don't think you realized it then, but those words were exactly what I needed to hear.
Damn. People don't know you could change
But most
someone's
of all,
life
God's mercy
by just
and
showing
God's
them a
love
little
have been
kindness.
revealed to me these past 10 days. After Charlie's assassination, we didn't see violence. We didn't see rioting.
True. The whole fucking country came together, man. Not just close friends and family. The country came together.
We didn't see revolution.
That's right.
Instead, we saw what my husband always prayed he would see in this country. We saw revival.
Fact.
This past week, we saw people open a Bible for the first time in a decade. We saw people pray for the first time since they were children. We saw people go to a church service for the first time in their entire lives.
Right.
Charlie liked to journal. And I say this because he did it to remember important moments and sayings that affected him. And one of the things he wrote in his journal was this: every time you make a decision, it puts a mark on your soul. To those of you out there who just made that decision and took the first step toward a spiritual life, I say thank you and welcome. One day I hope you look back and realize it was the most important decision of your life, because it is. All of you,
amen.
All of you who are already believers, it is your job to shepherd these people. Do not take that lightly. Water the seed of their faith, protect it and help it grow.
Yeah. That's the we are Charlie Kirk, man. That's why it's not up to one person to fill his shoes. We are Charlie Kirk.
Every day as Charlie rode into the office, he would go through his contact list. And I know there's many of you who were impacted by this. He would go through his contact list and send Bible verses for the day. He knew that faith was a habit. The more you live it, the more it grows.
True.
But know this too, the seed has only just been planted. The enemy will tempt you the most in a time like this one. God will always be there for you, but you must choose to mark your soul again and again in the direction of Christ. Pray again, read the Bible again, go to church next Sunday, and the Sunday after that, and break free from the temptations and shackles of this world.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's gonna kick ass, man. Dude, people were saying that they killed the moderate Charlie Kirk and they got the radical Nick Fuentes. No. They killed the moderate Charlie Kirk and they got the radical Erica Kirk. No, yeah, that's where we're at. Holy shit, man.
Being a follower of Christ is not easy. It's not supposed to be. Jesus said, if anyone would come after me, let him deny himself, take up his cross and follow me.
It's not supposed to be easy. If everything was easy, there would be no point. It's about overcoming the struggle. If you're not here to overcome, what are you here for? Just to coast?
He said he would be persecuted. He said we would be persecuted. And Charlie knew that and happily carried his cross all the way to the end. And I want all of you to know, while Charlie died far too early, he was also ready to die.
Damn.
There was nothing he was putting off. There was nothing that was too hard or too painful, or nothing that he just felt like he didn't want to do it. He left this world without regrets. He did 100% of what he could every day.
Goat.
But I want you to know something. Charlie died with incomplete work, but not with unfinished business. But I will miss him. I will miss him so much. Our marriage and our family were beautiful. They still are.
Wow, dude. Holy. Oh my God. This is strength.
The greatest cause in Charlie's
the feminist facade is over. okay? The girl boss facade is ended. It's over. None of them come remotely anywhere near this level of strength. Not even close.
Life was trying to revive the American family. When he spoke to young people, he was always eager to tell them about God's vision for marriage and how, if they could just dare to live it out, it would enrich every part of their life in the same way that it enriched ours. And someone once asked me how Charlie and I, how we kept our marriage so strong when he was busy traveling. And our little secret, it was love notes. Every Saturday,
Oh my God.
Charlie wrote one for me, and he never missed a Saturday. And in every single one of them, he'd tell me what his highlight was for the week, how grateful he was for me and our babies. And always at the end, he would always end it with asking the most beautiful question. He'd always end it by asking, please let me know how I can better serve you as a husband. Charlie perfectly understood God's
But the media says he was a misogynist, though. But the media told me he hated women. What do you mean? This is brutal. This is like really heartbreaking.
role for a Christian husband, a man who leads so that they can serve.
Yeah, that's being a man. Being a man is giving, right? That is masculinity. It's giving.
To all the men watching around the world, accept Charlie's challenge and embrace true manhood. Be strong and courageous for your families. Love your wives and lead them. Love your children and protect them. Be the spiritual head of your home, but please be a leader worth following. Your wife
Straight facts.
Your wife is not your servant. Your wife is not your employee. Your wife is not your slave. She is your helper. You are not rivals. You are one flesh working together for the glory of God.
Straight facts, man. Dude, this is unbelievable. Like, dude, and this speech was heard live by 3 million people, okay? 3 million people heard this live, okay? Forget all the reruns and the clips and everything. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Glory to God.
I was Charlie's confidant.
I saw someone on Twitter say Charlie converted the men and it's time for Erica to convert the women. No, we're living in a revival. We really are. This is a fight for the future and a fight for God. It really is. It's good versus evil.
I was his vault, his closest and most trusted advisor, his best friend. I poured into him and loved him so deeply, empowered him, because his love for me drove me to be a better wife. Every day he honored me, and I prayed that I could be the wife that God needed me to be for my husband. Women, I have a challenge for you too. Be virtuous. Our strength is found in God's design for our role. We are the guardians. We are the encouragers. We are the preservers. Guard your heart. Everything you do flows from it. And if you're a mother, please recognize
she's cooking, dude.
That is the single most important ministry you have.
She is cooking. Dude, this, and honestly, forget the whole, even if you're not like a religious person, this will give you the best life, okay? This will give you the best lifestyle. Be selfish for a second, okay? Just be selfish, right? Imagine that you're doing this all for yourself and not even for God. This will give you the best life. It will. Forge a bond with your spouse, raise a family that loves you. Dude, literally, it's unbelievable.
In our home, because Charlie traveled a lot, we tried to travel with him where we could. But I made sure that when Charlie returned from work, it was his sacred landing place, away from the worries of the world. I didn't make him feel guilty for being away too long or too much or getting home too late. I always told him, home is here for you and it'll be ready for you. And I made it into this place where he wanted to be as soon as possible when he was on the road. There was no keeping score between us.
Based.
We were a team.
That's it.
Working together for the same mission.
Everyone has their own strengths and
I never want to be the one standing.
A lot of people tell me that, in marriage you need to put 50%, you need your wife to put in 50% and work it out. No. You need to put in 100% and she needs to put in 100%. And you're there you're in it together. You're a team. You become one flesh for real. It's like, dude, this is crazy. It's crazy, man. Like this is like everything that everyone needed to hear. It's the opposite of what's taught to people through media, through Hollywood, through college, this is the opposite of that. And it's just complete honesty.
between Charlie and the task that God prepared for him, had set for him. And I knew Charlie would always do his best to help me with the same. My marriage with Charlie was the best.
Andrew Colvett of TUSA just said that there were over 100 million viewers across all streams of this today. Wow, dude.
Thing that ever happened to me, and I know it was the best thing that ever happened to him as well. He wanted everyone to experience that joy.
Yeah, you don't know what it's like.
So beautiful.
It's crazy.
About that.
Like, dude, whatever. I could sit here and get all preachy. Not that anyone's gonna believe me, but the reality is, it's better than you think. Right? You probably think it's good to build a good relationship where you're giving her everything and she's giving you everything. It's a million times better than you think.
God's design for marriage is that everyone can. And I could talk endlessly about it, and years to come I will. But Charlie's mission, above all, was aimed directly at those who aren't married.
True.
He named his organization well.
Facts.
He knew things were not right with America, and especially
Prophetically
with young
well.
people, and they needed a new direction. Charlie passionately wanted to reach and save the lost boys of the West, the young men who feel like they have no direction, no purpose, no faith, and no reason to live. The men wasting their lives on distractions, and the men consumed with resentment, anger, and hate. Charlie wanted to help them. He wanted them to have a home with Turning Point USA. And when he went onto campus, he was looking to show them a better path and a better life that was right there for the taking. He wanted to show them that. My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life.
Wow, dude. Brutal, but completely true. He put him there. He put himself there, for the people like that.
That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, "Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do."
Oh, God.
That young man, I forgive him.
Holy shit, dude. Oh, my God. It's over. Holy shit, man. That's power. That is a powerful person. This is a strong, powerful person. Oh, my God. Dude, the empathy party on the left, right? With all their empathy. All their fucking empathy. Their empathy and their strength and their girl bosses and their feminism. If this isn't a testament to how God makes you a better person, then I don't know what is. This is crazy. Nazi rally, according to Destiny. Holy shit, dude.
I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate.
Chills, man.
The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us. The world needs Turning Point USA. It needs a group that will point young people away from the path of misery and sin. It needs something that will lead people away from hell in this world and in the next. It needs young people pointed in the direction of truth and beauty. And so I promise you today, every part of our work will become greater. I am tremendously honored to be the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
She's gonna kill it, man. She's gonna kill it, dude. Praying for you guys. Praying for this whole family, man.
I do not take that lightly. Charlie and I were united in purpose. His passion was my passion, and now his mission is my mission. Everything that Turning Point USA built through Charlie's vision and hard work, we will make 10 times greater through the power of his memory. Chapters will grow, thousands of new ones will be created. TP USA Faith will add thousands of new pastors and congregations.
Oh, dude. All those ninjas back behind me are cutting onions.
And campus
Holy
events
shit.
will continue. And we will continue to hold debates and dialogue.
That's it, man. No backing down. Pick up the mic.
The First Amendment of our Constitution is the most human amendment. We are naturally talking beings,
True.
naturally believing beings, and the First Amendment protects our right to do both. No assassin will ever stop us from standing up to defend those rights, ever.
That's
because
crazy.
when you stop the conversation,
Violence starts.
when you stop the dialogue,
That's when violence starts.
this is what happens.
Yeah, that's a
When we
direct.
lose the
that's a
ability
direct quote,
and the-
by the way, that she just said. It's a direct quote from Charlie Kirk. That's what he said. When the dialogue stops, the violence starts.
willingness to communicate, we get violence.
Yeah.
And as I stand here now and I look at this beautiful photo of my husband in front of me, hanging in the stadium. I think of my husband 13 years ago. I hadn't met him yet. He was 18 years old, a man barely out of high school, running around the halls of the RNC without $1 in his pocket and a single contact in his phone. People who saw him said that he didn't know what he was doing, but he did. He did know what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was going to change the world, and he did. Charlie's life was a turning point for this country. It was a miracle.
Yep.
Let that miracle, that was Charlie's life, be your turning point as well. Choose prayer, choose courage, choose beauty, choose adventure, choose family, choose a life of faith. Most importantly, choose Christ. I love you, Charlie, baby. And I will make you proud.
This was heart-wrenching, man.
God bless you all, and God bless America.
Amen. Wow, that was phenomenal. That was a phenomenal speech and so powerful. Oh my God. And then Trump speaks right after her. Praying for this family, man. I'm really hoping everything goes as well as it possibly can after this unbelievable tragedy. Praying for, honestly, the next generation, because it's on us. It's on us. It's on the next generation to save the world for real. Like we are in the end times, and it is time. You know, we got to stand up and fight for God. This was something I'll be honest, I didn't think I'd live to see, you know, a religious revival in America like this. I didn't think I'd live to see it, because we were living in a world of like unbelievable hedonism that just kept ramping up higher and higher and higher, you know, higher and higher. More and more hedonism and secularism, and it completely took over. And this is an unbelievable conversation that's being had right now. So yeah, we're here, and we have to fight for this, man. This is an unbelievable turning point.
Very much, Lee. You've been there from the beginning with us, Lee, and we appreciate it. Nobody can sing that song like Lee Greenwood. Thank you very much, Lee, very much for being here.
Bro's gonna lighten the mood.
And his
Oh
voice
God,
is
he's gonna come out here, cannons lit. Oh Lord.
You know, pretty amazing. And a special thank you to Erica, because today America is a nation in grief.
Can't spell America without Erica. Bro's gonna come out here, fucking guns blazing.
And a nation in mourning.
Oh no.
Less than 2 weeks ago, our country was robbed of one of the brightest lights of our times, a giant of his generation, and above all, a devoted husband, father, son, Christian, and patriot. Charles James Kirk was heinously murdered by a radicalized, cold-blooded monster for speaking the truth that was in his heart.
Oh, dude, Erica, I forgive him. Trump, radical monster, kill him. Yeah, based. Dude, did not see that one coming. Did not see that one coming. Look, man, there's a concept, actually, in Judaism. The reason why the death penalty is given to people, like a murderer gets the death penalty because that is the only punishment that could get him to atone for his sin before entering heaven. That is the concept in Judaism as well for the death penalty. Like that's the lore. So I fully support the death penalty on this guy personally. I fully do. I fully support it. Just saying. Right, let that be his atonement.
He was violently killed because he spoke for freedom and justice, for God, country, for reason, and for common sense. He was assassinated because he lived bravely, he led boldly, and he argued brilliantly without apology. He did what was right for our nation.
Dude, this is the President of the United States talking at his funeral.
And so on that terrible day, September 10th, 2025, our greatest evangelist for American liberty became immortal. He's a martyr now for freedom.
Facts.
I know I speak for everyone here today when I say that none of us will ever forget Charlie Kirk.
True.
And neither now will history.
True. Now, this is an immortal legacy. History will not forget him.
Because while Charlie has been reunited with his creator in heaven, his voice on earth will echo through the generations, and his name will live forever in the eternal chronicle of America's greatest patriots. He will live forever. To Charlie's incredible and beautiful widow, Erica, we know the weight of this monumental loss is almost unbearable. But even in the midst of heartache and pain too great to even fathom. You have somehow found the strength and deep faith to be a comfort to millions and millions of people. And thank you very much, Erica. Thank you very much.
Bro's cooking. That's how he talks. It's crazy, man. It's like it's a memorial, and he's still doing the Trumpisms, man. Like, dude, he's consistent as fuck. It's crazy.
Today, an entire nation wraps its loving arms around you and your beautiful children. We share in your immense and overwhelming sorrow, and we vow that we will do everything we can to ensure that your children grow up in a land where their father is honored and revered as a great American hero. That's what he is.
Yep.
To Charlie's parents who lost their beloved son.
What a nightmare. Oh,
and
my
to
God.
the entire
So sad.
family, we know that no words can ever be enough to fill the void he leaves behind. That's a void that just can't be filled. But I hope the extraordinary outpouring of emotion over these past 11 days has comforted you with the knowledge that your son brought more good and love into this world in his 31 short years than most people, even very, very successful people, can bring in a lifetime.
True.
Charlie Kirk loved America with everything he had, and as we can see so clearly today, America loved Charlie Kirk.
True. Not just America. The whole world's watching, man. Like, dude, this is the entire world.
And he could always draw a big crowd. Look at this today. Look at what's
wow,
going
look
on.
at
This is a big crowd.
Bro, numbers, man. Trump and crowds every time.
Here
time.
today we have the Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance. We have the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, Mike Johnson.
True.
We have countless members of the United States Senate, and I'm sorry I'm not going to introduce you, but I'll be up here. They're all over the place. And likewise, the House of Representatives,
this is
they're
crazy.
all over this big stadium.
Dude, insane.
This is not an
Dude,
arena.
I spoke to my family in Canada. They were watching this. I spoke to my family in Israel. They were watching this. Like, dude, this is unbelievable.
This is a stadium, a great cabinet, and this stadium packed with rafters of people. Not to mention the one across the street that also has tens
bigger
of
crowds.
thousands of
Look how
people.
many crowds. Lots
And
of
they're
crowds.
watching us on screen
All
right
these
now.
people, very famous. Charlie Kirk pulled a big crowd. I pulled a bigger one, but he pulled a pretty big one
And I'm
himself.
sorry we couldn't
He
get
did a pretty
you
good
in.
job.
If anybody would like to give up your seat, please walk across this thing.
Yeah, sure.
But this is like an old-time revival, isn't it? An old-time revival. For millions of Americans, especially young people, it is agonizing and unthinkable to say goodbye to a patriot whose heart still had so much to give. It's so much.
Yep.
Raised in the suburbs of Chicago, Charlie was filled with a patriotic spirit from his youth, and he was an all-American in everything he did. And one of the last things he said to me is, "Please, sir, save Chicago."
Yeah.
We're going to do that. We're going to save Chicago.
Yeah,
from horrible
fucking do
crime.
it, baby. Enough of this lawless shit. Abso-fucking-lutely. Sorry, man.
In high school,
Forgive your enemies does not mean leave enemies on the streets to kill more people. Sorry, not the same thing.
he was the quarterback of the football team and the captain of the basketball team. He was a good athlete. A lot of people don't know that about Charlie.
Bro is 6'5". Of course, he's a good athlete.
He was an Eagle Scout who spent his school lunch breaks listening to another champion for liberty, somebody that he greatly admired, Rush Limbaugh.
Yup.
But what was even more important to Charlie than politics and service was the choice he made in the 5th grade, which he called the most important decision of his life, to become a Christian and a follower of his Savior, Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Inspired
Faith is
by
powerful,
faith
man.
and his love of freedom, Charlie did something remarkable when he was just 18 years old. On the advice of a mentor who told him to put off going to college because he was doing so well, he devoted his life to converting young people to the conservative cause. How did he do? Take a look. How did he do?
Yeah, wow. Dude, if this isn't a testament to his life's work, oh my God.
In 2012, 2 days after graduating high school, and with just $1,800 in his pocket, the young man from Illinois, who no one had ever heard of, started an organization whose grand ambitions were captured in its name, Turning Point USA. Great name.
Yeah, really great name.
And I
The
have a
greatest
feeling it's
name.
going to be bigger and better than ever before. Does that make sense? It's going to be
Yeah.
bigger and better
Look, man, we're seeing
than
it.
ever before. Look at
Charlie Kirk's personal Instagram account, his personal one, you know, like he passed away, but his personal Instagram account grew by like 10 million followers over the last week. Yeah, it's the turning point.
What's happening? 12 years ago, Charlie walked onto his first college campus, the very liberal University of Wisconsin at Madison. He set up a card table and put up a sign with 3 words, "Big government sucks." Can you believe that? That's Charlie.
True!
That day,
Straight
Charlie
facts!
talked to every student who approached him, most of whom
He was
were
right!
probably quite a bit older than he was. Finally, after many hours, he found the first ever turning point chapter leader. His first year out of high school, Charlie traveled 300 days raising money and taking his message to campuses all over the country. He lived out of his parents' basement, and they actually loved having him there. They loved Charlie. Everybody loved Charlie. And on the couches of friends and supporters, he lived off couches for 2 years, 3 years, then life started getting a little bit.
Humble beginnings.
But he was always the same. For 5 years, he refused to take a paycheck, but day after day, he worked from 5 a.m. in the morning till 11 p.m. in the evening, always. His staff remembers that he wore Walmart jeans and T-shirts from the Goodwill store. Remember the Goodwill store? It wasn't easy,
I've heard of that,
but
Mr.
Charlie
President.
wasn't in it for money at all, never has been. Money was never his thing. He was always in it for the mission. As he liked to say even back then, we have a country to save.
Facts.
Just what he did.
It's
all the
crazy.
time. Sir,
And
we
he
have a
put it
country
ahead
to
of
save.
himself.
I said, Charlie, thanks very much for telling me that. I appreciate it. Charlie volunteered for my 2016 campaign and traveled the nation with my son Don and Eric. I got to know him very well and saw immediately that Charlie was actually a master builder of people. It was Charlie who first started organizing young black conservatives hungry for support and leadership.
But
It was Charlie who stood
But the
up.
media told me he was a racist and he hated black people. Oh well, guess they were wrong. I'm the media now.
Up for persecuted Christians and Jews on college campuses. It was Charlie who helped bring online censorship, free speech, and cancel culture to the fore of our political debate. He was right up there with me. It was Charlie who helped unite MAGA, and you know what M-A-H-A is? That's right, make America
Healthy again. Wow.
And tomorrow we're going to have one of the biggest announcement, really medically, I think.
Oh
in
shit.
the
Oh fuck.
history of our country. We're going to be doing it.
Bro's
with
just gonna drop that?
Bobby and all of the
All right, let me guess. Vaccines cause autism.
professionals. I think you're going to find it to be amazing. I think we found an answer to autism.
I was literally joking. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my goodness gracious. Holy schmoly. I was literally joking. Okay, all right, we'll see.
Autism tomorrow.
We'll see.
We're going to be talking
All right.
in the Oval Office in the White House
Oh god.
about autism,
Don't say vaccines.
how it
Don't
happens,
Don't say vaccines. Oh no.
so we won't let it happen anymore, and how to get at least somewhat better when you have it.
Wow,
so
that's
their child, their beautiful child.
Dude, if this is true, it's a game changer. It's an actual societal, generational game changer. Guess we'll see.
That's a big one. I've been bugging everybody over there.
I've been autistic over this one. Elon, you get it? You get it, Elon? Autistic. Okay, he gets it.
Get the answer to that. 20 years ago, 1 in 10,000 were born with autism.
Yep.
20 years ago. The most recent survey says 1 in 12.
That's fucked up.
How bad is that? That's for
insane.
young boys, baby boys.
So one difference. One other thing is, though, the diagnosis for autism is a lot looser. Now everything got diagnosed with autism. What would have just been considered a little weird or a little off 10 years ago, now they just label them autism. So all the studies are fucking skewed to shit. But anyway, we shall see.
But also girls, a little bit better. It's about 1 in 20.
Oh,
We
shit.
can't-
He's curing girl
'cause obviously
autism.
There was something really wrong, and we think we know what that is.
Oh my god, dude, the trans movement is cooked. The trans movement is cooked! Oh my goodness! Holy, terrible news for trans people.
I think it's going to be one of the most important news conferences I'll ever have, and I look so forward to it.
All right, let's see. We shall see.
And you know who else looked forward to it? Because he knew. I'd tell him a little bit about what was going on. Was
Oh my god,
Charlie,
dude.
he would have been front
He
row
was giving Charlie spoilers, man.
center, believe me. We'll be missing him tomorrow. It was such a big deal for him, too. he brought together Donald Trump, Bobby Kennedy, right here in the great state of Arizona.
right.
1 year ago. Remember that? What a night, what a day that was.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this. So some of the lore here, Bobby Kennedy, RFK Jr., he was against Trump. He was gonna run against Trump. He tried to be a Democrat. He tried to run independent, and he was really trying to run against Trump. And one of the things that really convinced him to join up to Trump's coalition and the Maha movement was Charlie Kirk. I guess we'll see.
And it was Charlie who was among the first to speak to me about a man from Ohio by the name of J.D. Vance. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, I heard of him.
He's doing a good job.
I know him. He's the guy with all the memes. He's the very round guy. He's the next president of the United States. Y'all want to shit? Y'all want to hate J.D. Vance? We call him 48 Vance in chat. It's happening.
But Charlie would often call me, sometimes the night before a big event, the other side of the country. And it'd ask me, it'd say, do you think you could come and speak at the event? The following day, right? I'd say, Charlie, I'm the president of the United States.
Not to glaze anything. They elected me. It wasn't me. They picked me.
You want me to travel 4 hours by plane? And sometimes I did it. He was a very good guy. He was a very convincing guy.
Wow, dude. Bro shoots Big Don a text message, middle of the night. Get here in 4 hours. Your vice president is speaking.
He didn't stop, but he would ask for things like that. Sir, could you be tomorrow in California? I said, Charlie, give me a break, please.
That's crazy,
He
man.
just wouldn't stop, and he succeeded.
Nah, he was a machine.
But I almost always went because you never wanted to let Charlie down. He worked so hard, you just didn't want to let him down. I felt guilty.
How'd you let down a hard worker, man? How can you do that?
As president, many people asked me for things, but Charlie was one of the few who always gave more than he took.
That's being a man.
He was
That's what
a
I've
giver,
always say.
much more than a taker.
That's what I say, man. That is manliness. That is masculinity.
And no matter how big Charlie...
And honestly, life hack, you ready for a life hack? If you are a giver, someone that gives, everything opens up for you. Everything opens up for you. The president of the United States won't tell you no. If you're a real, true giver, bro, everyone feels that. That's aura.
No one was too small for him to notice. He was good to everybody. Didn't matter. Several years ago, a fourth grader asked Charlie to appear.
Just to clarify, people in my chat were asking me. I believe personally that you have to emulate God to the best of your ability. All right, that's our duty here in this world. Do our absolute best to emulate God in our actions. What attribute does God represent the most? Giving. He gave us life. He created this world. He gave us everything. He is the ultimate giver, right? He is a pure giver. He only gives. And I think that's the best way you could emulate God.
His podcast, which was probably only watched by the parents of that fourth grader. And Charlie, who was actually pretty hot at the time, to be honest, he agreed, and the boy asked for advice. Charlie replied, the left. I call it the radical left. I call it sometimes the radical left lunatics.
Yep, we heard.
But Charlie didn't say that. He called it the left. He was probably right, but I can't help it.
Oh, no, stop.
So he said the left.
Charlie, he wouldn't give nicknames. He wouldn't insult people. I like insulting people.
Left, radical left lunatics may have all the money in the world, but they can never outwork me. I will wake up as early as I need to about himself. I will stay up as late as I need to, and I will never stop fighting for our country. And he did this until his dying breath. That's what he was doing. That's what he was doing. Think of it. Wow. What a horrible moment. I was in the Oval Office when I heard they came in, and it was like a surreal experience, a terrible. I had some very big people in the Oval Office.
Yeah, we all went through that. Every single person
went
went there.
In the midst of a very important conversation for our country. Big people, the biggest.
The biggest, really fat, Rosie O'Donnell level big.
And I said, you have to leave now. When they told me that, they told me in front of a group of very powerful people. I said, you have to leave now, right now, please. Right now.
Holy shit.
You have to leave. Go. By his own determination.
I get it. The entire world felt the same way. I was actually sitting in front of my computer. I was about to go live. I was about to start streaming. And I got a message about this. And I just sat there for 3 hours. I couldn't do anything. You know, I went into the group chats with my friends and my cousins and my brother, and I couldn't. I glued. I had to hear news, man. I had to hear that he was okay, even though I saw the video and only a miracle could have saved him, and he wasn't okay. It was crazy.
And skill, Charlie Kirk built Turning Point from his humble beginnings, the beginnings that nobody believed could ever end up something like this, into a great movement and a juggernaut of American politics. And, you know, we have a massive stadium loaded up with people, but he got tremendous crowds before he had this kind of horrible news and before we had to hear what happened so terribly. He delivered more than 250 speeches a year at over 200 colleges and universities, and that was at a time when it was not really vogue to go to colleges and universities if you were a conservative. It really took great courage. And we used to talk, and I said, you know, I think they're much more conservative than we know, and he agreed, but it just wasn't something that was happening because the radical left would do very bad.
The way the left operated in America was just completely and utterly stifling truth. Like, that was the entire strategy. This strategy was stifling truth. You weren't even allowed to say that there were two genders, all right? Crazy, man.
Very dangerous thing. But Charlie set up chapters on 2,200 campuses and spoke at more than 1,000 churches.
Wow, dude.
He launched a podcast and radio show that grew to an audience of 1 million Americans a day, one of the bigger shows on radio.
Yep.
And Charlie didn't just bring young people into the movement. All of a sudden, it started to grow by leaps and bounds. By 2024, we won more young people than any Republican candidate in the history of our country, including for the first time, males under 30. Can you believe it?
That's crazy. Good versus
Remember
evil.
when Republican presidential candidates would get 4%? No, we did unbelievably with young people. And he was a big, big factor. Unbelievable. But he made me work for it. Sir, you have to make a speech here, you have to make a speech there. But we did it, and we won, and our country is doing unbelievably well now. We had a country that was dead 1 year ago, and now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world.
Yep.
And
Saudi Arabia, they said hottest country.
That. One of the great people.
True.
But through it all, the core of Charlie's message and his basic method never changed. It never really changed. He stayed the same person also. At every campus event, Charlie asked the people who disagreed with him to come forward, and instead of silencing them, he handed them a microphone and let them speak. And he'd convinced so many of them. It was a pretty amazing thing to watch, actually. Shortly before Charlie arrived on campus, the day he was assassinated, a staff member texted him that there were many critics and students who were opposed to his views.
Yeah, no shit.
And rather strenuously in the crowd. And that actually made him feel good because he wanted to convince them. He understood. He really did. He understood what was right. And he was right about that. A lot of it was based on common sense, by the way. Charlie wrote back to the staff member saying, I'm not here to fight them. I want to know them and love them, and I want to reach them and try and lead them into a great way of life in our country.
Yeah.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie.
Oh, shit.
I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent.
Bro!
Charlie's angry. Looking down, he's angry at me now.
Bro,
he wasn't
dude!
interested in demonizing anyone. He was.
That's insane! That is the craziest thing I've heard all day. Erica comes out with I forgive him. Well, probably the strongest, most emotional, heart-wrenching moment I've ever seen. Ever. On national television. Ever. And then Trump shows up. I hate my opponents. I hate them. I want them to suffer. Oh my God. That's absolute cinema. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Wow, dude. I'm in shock that he said this. Hold on. We have to hear that one more time. I'm sorry.
Interested in, not right, but I can't stand my opponent. Charlie's angry. Looking down, he's angry at me now. He wasn't interested in demonizing anyone.
Dude.
He was interested in persuading everyone to the ideas and principles he believed were good, right, and true. Before each appearance, he prayed these words: God, use me for your will. Always said the same thing. Use me for your will.
What a goat. What a goat, dude. Oh my. The goat.
And that is exactly what God did. When you think, that's exactly what he did.
Yes.
The more success Charlie had, and he was getting more and more successful, the more dangerous his mission became. On campuses all over the country, his quest for open dialogue.
I'll be real here. I feel like there are multiple walks of life. There are many ways to serve God. You know, I definitely believe that. But, dude, I'm just thinking of the Bible verse in Deuteronomy 7:2. Let me find it. All right, Deuteronomy 7:2. Because I don't know, I'll be real. And when the Lord, your God, has delivered them over to you, and you have defeated them, then you must destroy them totally, make no treaty with them, and show them no mercy. And I'm like, you know what? Listen, you know, like there are places, all right? There are places for both, all right? There really are.
Was met with menacing hate. There were bomb threats, pulled fire alarms, and countless rage-filled radicals who tried to shout him down. It was nasty. I used to say, Charlie, this is nasty stuff you're doing. At one event, police had to build barricades to protect students from an angry mob of thugs. Many of these people, by the way, are paid a lot of money to do this. They're agitators. They're paid agitators. Remember that?
Yep.
When you see they all have the same beautifully printed sign.
Yes, straight facts.
Every sign is identical. Comes out of a top-level print shop.
Yeah, we got to figure something out, man.
This is not the signs that are made in somebody's basement.
Yeah, that's
paid for by
deal with that,
very
man.
bad people, and hopefully we're going to be finding out through the DOJ who those people are.
Based. I will execute great vengeance on them with wrathful rebukes. Then they will know that I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon them. Ezekiel 25:17. I'm just saying, man, there's place for both. Many ways to serve God.
At another college, Antifa terrorists shattered windows, threw rocks, and tried to storm the building where Charlie was speaking. It was a really bad one. Often dozens of police officers were needed to prevent left-wing violence. And the violence comes largely from the left. You don't hear that from too many.
Thank you, Mr. President, for saying that. I really am grateful, personally, that you're not doing the bullshit both sides cringe. All right, I made this beautiful chart. Actually. Both sides, all right? So this is the left, and this is the right, and this is the both sides. So I'm really grateful that the president is actually addressing the reality here. Destiny called me a Nazi for that graph, by the way. Oh, no, sorry. He said he was a Nazi because of that graph, all right? This is Destiny calling me out for this beautiful, beautiful image. See, guys, it's both sides. Guys, look, it's both sides. It's literally both sides. Holy shit, both sides. We absolutely need to condemn this immediately. I can't believe both sides are an issue here.
Can I just say there's a feeling that I got that I never thought I would have empathized with? I totally get the Nazi people when their perception is they see these Israeli Jews who are ungrateful for all the shit we send them and they just want to fuck with our shit politically. I get it, okay? I get it.
Not Israeli. I voted America. I am American. Bro, you were saying the quiet part out loud. You're supposed to be calling me the Nazi. Did you not get the memo? That's the narrative. You're supposed to be calling me a Nazi, bro. You're not supposed to say that you're a Nazi and want to kill the Jews. That's the quiet part. You're not supposed to say that out loud. Bro, Hassan rubbing off on this motherfucker. Holy.
People, do you? And virtually every day for years before he was murdered, Charlie received these horrible death threats. People don't know. I used to talk to him about it. He said, I got some threats. He always felt that when they actually made the threat, they were not the ones to worry about. The ones to worry about were the ones that don't make the threats. And I think you know what I mean. He knew the risks, but he and I shared a certain motto: never back down and never ever surrender. Just don't surrender, never back down. He believed in it so strongly.
Yeah, he cooked.
So strongly. And he's right. He's totally right. The radicals and their allies in the media, sometimes referred to, as my son said, the fake news media, tried to silence Charlie for a simple reason: because he was winning, and he was winning big.
Man.
He was taking over college campuses.
Facts.
Colleges that had, in theory, only very liberal, or as they like to say, progressive. I call them liberal, but they like to call themselves, because such a beautiful word, progressive. They're the opposite of progressive, if you think about it. But they were really nasty, and he would go into these colleges. All of a sudden, within 2 years, 3 years, they turned into bastions of conservatism. It was really quite amazing to see. They lied about him because they did not want you to listen to him or to learn from him what he was talking about. And even
that's why they do the slander campaigns. They can't defeat you. They cannot defeat you in the dialogue. They cannot defeat you in logic. So they try their best to destroy you from afar. They really do. Right? Thou shalt not spread slander among your people, it says in Leviticus. It is long distance warfare. That's what slander is, and that's their weapon of choice.
preaching made so much sense. Everywhere he went, he won the debates, he won the hearts, he won the minds, and yes, he won the elections for people. He helped us, he helped other people. We won the biggest election in the history of our country, I believe. Charlie Kirk was without a doubt among the most influential figures in the most important election in the history of our country.
Yeah.
The election of, that beautiful day, November 5th, 2024. Do you remember that day? It was 9 months ago.
Yeah.
What a day that was. I mean, we had a pretty good day in the first one. And I must tell you, on the second one, we had a phenomenal day. But a lot of bad things happened, and now that's not even questioned. They cheated like dogs.
Bro, it's a funeral.
We got them back, didn't we? But we owe Charlie a profound and eternal debt of gratitude now. Just like Charlie and Erica made Turning Point hot, we are looking at a country that has the chance to attain a level like never before. Tariffs are making us rich again, richer than anybody ever thought was possible. And the only one challenging them are people that hate our country or foreign countries that are paying a price, because they did the same thing to us for years. They took advantage of us, but we're making money, we're becoming richer and richer, and we're taking care of our people better and better when we do that. And we can take care of other countries better and better, but we're doing unbelievably well. The tariffs have really been a hold. The election was big.
Yep.
But the tariffs, because of the election, came in. And remember, other nations do that to us.
Dude, this is crazy.
And Charlie understood that. He saw
Bro
the
is
money.
riffing.
He's just coming into our country, and we can use that for Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, all of these things that we fight so hard for. And that's exactly.
I love the Trump riffs. I really do. I feel like the weave. This is not the moment for the weave, you know? Like, I appreciate it, man.
Exactly what's happening.
And we won 2020. They cheated. That's what Charlie said. Charlie knew it. Charlie knew it. He was a great man. The tariffs are amazing. Charlie understood. What a wonderful guy, Charlie. Bro, stop. No.
The numbers are incredible. When the news finally came out on election night last November that the race was officially won, came out pretty early in the night.
Yep.
Charlie was live on camera.
That's right.
In that moment, he was
powerful.
over emotion. I've never seen him like this. He was so happy.
True.
For
I love that
a long
clip.
while, he said nothing. His eyes were filled with tears, and then he buried his face in his hands, and he started crying. That wasn't the Charlie I knew, but in thinking about it, it actually was the Charlie I knew, because he had a tremendous heart. He just wanted what was good for our country, and he saw us going in such a horrible direction.
True.
Lovingly, Eric, and this was so beautiful, Erica put a MAGA hat on to cover his bowed head. I like that very much. MAGA, we love. Does everybody love MAGA? Make America great again.
Damn, bro.
When Joe Biden used to get up, remember the
Oh, my
speech?
God. You've got to be
We
kidding
will
me.
stop MAGA. We will stop MAGA. You know, he could barely get the words out. We will stop. I said, can somebody inform him the MAGA means make America great again? How do you say you're going to stop it?
It's Charlie Kirk's funeral, and he killed Biden. Oh, no.
And Charlie understood that. When Charlie finally looked up and spoke, he smiled through the watery eyes and simply said, I am humbled by God's grace. That was his statement that night. I was very impressed, actually. It showed he had a big heart. Every single American should take a long, hard look at the twisted soul and dark spirit of anyone who would want to kill a young man as good as Charlie. To kill anybody, but to kill a man like this, he didn't deserve this. He didn't deserve this. Our country didn't deserve this. And anyone who would make excuses for it are just out of their mind. Charlie's murder was not just an attack on one man or one movement. It was an attack on our entire nation. That was a horrible attack on...
It was a declaration of war. Again, hope that this could get wrapped up without violence. Hope people can come together with love instead of through fear. But yeah, he found his way back to God. God works in mysterious ways, man. But what a horrifying event.
United States of America. It was an assault on our most sacred liberties and God-given rights. The gun was pointed at him, but the bullet was aimed at all of us. That bullet was aimed at every one of us.
Damn.
Indeed, Charlie was killed for expressing the very ideas that virtually everyone in this arena and most other places
True,
in our
boy.
country deeply believed in.
True.
But the assassin
They would kill any of you.
failed in his quest because Charlie's message has not been silenced. It now is bigger and better and stronger than ever before, and it's not even close. And it's rare that such a thing happens, but Charlie is bigger today than he was. Think about it. Just 2 weeks ago, he's bigger today than he was 2 weeks ago. Now, that may not help his friends and loved ones, of which there are so many. It may not help Erica and those beautiful children who have to suffer so horribly through this moment, but they know it's true. He's bigger now than ever before, and he's eternal. He's eternal. And I just want to say we love him. And he's looking down at us right now, and he's saying, wow, that's a great crowd.
Bro, oh my God.
He's saying, that's a great crowd. And it's a great crowd of patriots.
What a weave.
But that's why I will soon award Charlie the nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. It's the highest civilian honor.
This dude. So based. Yep. Fact. Deserved.
And we will do
Strike me down, and I will become more powerful than you could ever imagine. For real, for real.
the ceremony at our beautiful White House in a very safe Washington, D.C., a place that Charlie truly revered. You know, we stopped the crime in Washington. Took 12 days. Now you can go to restaurants. You can walk down the middle of the street with your wife. You can have your wife walk alone down the middle of the street. She's going to be in good shape. What a difference.
We
What a
like our
difference
women
good
in
management
good
really
shape.
makes, but
Preferably a
I'm
skinny
so
shape.
proud of that Washington, D.C. You know, it's one of the worst in the nation, in the world. And now it's considered a very safe city. And it's also, I passed it yesterday, I went through it, and the lawns are good. It's like a different place. It's like the tents are gone, the threats are gone, the gangs aren't there. We got rid of, we took out 1,500 career criminals, 1,500. If you have 3 career criminals, that can make a big difference. But I'm so proud of Washington, D.C., and now we're going into Memphis, and we'll get
That's
that
it.
one
Clean
straightened
that
out
shit
fast,
up,
and then
man.
we're going into some others, but we're going to go to Chicago, and we're going to have Charlie very much in mind when we go into Chicago, and we'll get that one straightened out. You have an incompetent governor who he thinks it's okay when 11 people get murdered over the weekend. He thinks you don't have any crime when 11 people get murdered and 28 people get shot. He says he's got crime. No, they don't have it under control, but we'll have it under control very quickly. So we're going to be doing that. And Charlie loved what we were doing. He was so proud of what happened. He was there to see it. So proud of what happened in Washington, D.C. As you know, the depraved assassin who planned and executed Charlie's killing has been arrested and charged with capital murder. God willing, he will receive the full and ultimate punishment for his horrific crime. It's a terrible thing. Because you can't let that happen.
Yep, he's right.
You can't let that happen.
Amen, King.
Can't
Yep,
let it happen to a
facts.
country.
Straight facts,
The
he's right.
Department of Justice is also investigating networks of radical left maniacs who fund, organize, fuel, and perpetrate political violence. And we think we know who many of them are. But law enforcement can only be the beginning of our response to Charlie's murder. Over the last 11 days, we have heard stories of commentators, influencers, and others in our society who greeted his assassin.
Yeah, all right, we saw this part. Hassan was trembling. We saw this in the very beginning. And then apparently he ends the speech. No, but that's crazy. That's crazy. It's based as fuck. Let's do it, gamer. Let's do it, my guy. Anyway, this is how the left responded to the whole speech. This is how the leftist protesters, as you can see, this is a large group of leftist protesters. Tens of thousands of people showing up, and here's the large group of leftist protesters. So this is what they had to say.
Period. She said,
She's yelling at pregnant women, I hope your baby dies.
oh my God.
Yeah, so anyway, classic libtard shit, I suppose. They kill their own babies, and then they're like, wait a second, we should hope your babies die as well. No, but this was an unbelievable moment. This was an unbelievable day. This was a unifying moment for the country. The tide has shifted. I'll be real. I'll be honest. We want to take America back. Right? We want to bring biblical values back to our nation. And it is truly an energizing time in the wake of an unbelievable tragedy. An unbelievable tragedy. You know, sometimes God will break your arm and save your life. Sometimes God will call back a wonderful man to save a nation. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. God is good. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.